I honestly can't believe that I'm doing this video again. 3 years later, not from the date, but 3 years later from I started my YouTube channel, and I'm doing my first video again. This is about to be wild. Hey, how goes it? It's me, the real Aja P. So I did this video before. Y'all, this is gonna be a long video. Let's get the stuff out of the way already. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my social media for the ones I do still be on, which is mostly TikTok. So just follow me on my TikTok, like, subscribe, and just become a part of this family. Let's get to it. Y'all, I've done this video before. This is my first ever YouTube video, but I had privated it because it gave me cringe watching it over again, and the video seemed so quick because it was quick. It was my first YouTube video, and I wanted to bring out a video so bad. Like, I wanted a video out really quickly, so the video seemed quick. I skimmed over a lot and rushed a lot, so I am going to be doing this video again. This video is going to have a couple of parts because I don't want to rush into it. I want to say everything that had happened, give details, things of that nature. So this is going to be a couple of parts for this video. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about from the title, I'm going to be explaining once again how I got catfished for almost 2 years. To this day, it's still embarrassing. Like, it is still embarrassing. I cannot, but are you not embarrassed? Because I am embarrassed. This is embarrassing.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Like, for real, it very is much embarrassing. But again, I was young, so you live and you learn. Also, in this video, I'm going to be keeping most of the names, if not all of the names that I had in the last video. Of course, you all won't know because I privated it, but I privated the video, but I do remember. And I'm like, actually right now I have my laptop set up and I have my old phone here because it has notes as well to kind of keep me on track. So I'm gonna try my hardest. But without further ado, if there's nothing else that I need to ramble on, let's get into this video. So I'm going to keep the name of my catfisher again. Let's just get into it. So this started back in 2017, the beginning of 2017. If I do look down, that's because I am looking at my phone. On my phone, I kept I don't want to see the name, so I kept notes of everything that happened while it was happening. Like, it's not looking back, like, no, while this was going on, I kept notes and I put the dates next to it too, so I can keep up. I don't know why I did that when we first started talking, but I did. So the person I am going to name, or my catfisher, he is going to be named Elijah. That's not his name, but like in the first video, I named him Elijah. So how we met is based off of social media. I was on this dating app, not to date, but I actually was using it to up my Instagram followers. I felt like I was real pretty. So if I get on this date app, a lot of people are going to see me and then they're going to want to follow my social media. So I did that just to like get my followings up for Instagram because I wanted to do YouTube. I knew I wanted to do YouTube. I knew I wanted to drop videos, things of that nature. So I was like, well, let me get my following up. So I went to this new dating, it was like a friendship app, like for you to make friends, but it was also like a dating app and everything. So I had put myself on there. And, you know, while I'm like dropping pictures and everything, telling people to follow me, and with this app before you could like make, you can't anymore, but you could make posts. So I used to put on posts like, hey, follow me, make sure y'all follow me on my social media, things of that nature, da da da. So you would see people, of course, since it was a dating app, you would see people like that lived close by you or in your range, in your area. So when I would go and post my pictures, I would see this guy and I'm like, oh, he's pretty cute. Like, he's really cute. I would look at his profile, but I wouldn't say anything. I was insecure. Even though I thought it was cute, I was still kind of insecure. I was going through still the transition of finding myself. So with trying to find myself, there are times when it's like, I'm cute, but am I really that cute? And he was very handsome to where I was thinking he is too handsome for me. You're out of my league. You're too fine. Like, you're too fine to be talking to somebody like me. Even though my personality is A1, I just thought like he's too handsome for me. He seems like he would be with a real Instagram girl, like, you know, slim body, 100,000 followers, you know, things like that. But to my surprise, after I keep going to his profile, because once you click on somebody's profile, it will show like who's on your profile, not for how long or anything, but it'll just show you like, hey, somebody, like your profile views. So I would go on his profile, won't say anything, then I would get off, of the app. Then I would get on the app again, see him, like, oh, he looks cute, remember that it's him, and then I would get off the app. So then I did that a couple of times to where I guess he saw a notice of me from how many times I was going on his profile, because he had messaged me first after a while. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, oh, her, okay, girl doing a little something. So after he had hit me up, we started, talking on the app, and then it went to phone number, to where we're texting now. And it was really, really good. Like, I want to say around, sorry for the squeaking, y'all, that's my chair, but it was in May, and it was around my dad's birthday. I remember going on a trip. Here's like some pictures of us. We went on a trip, and I just started kind of texting him at that time. We're getting to know each other, and I'm thinking in my head, like, this isn't going to really be something, this isn't really going to last, this is just something fun. I'm just getting to know him, so this is just something for fun, nothing too serious. But we started to talk to each other more and more and more. I won't say that it started getting serious, but it's just like we started talking to each other more. Let me pull up. So it says that May 20th, I think that's when we first started. Yeah, May 20th is when we started talking, May 20th of 2017. My dad's birthday is like a week or two after that, so we went on a trip and everything. Real cool, real cute. I'm still texting him. And then the beginning of June of 2017 happens, and it says that June 9th of 2017, he said, I love you first. Now, again, May 20th of 2017 is when we started talking. June 9th of 2017, he said he loved me. Slow down. Like, slow down. And he said it first, and I know I did not say it back, because it was just like, it's a little quick. Calm down. It's a little quick. But, even though he felt that way, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to deter somebody's feelings or try to dumb down their feelings. If somebody feels that way, they just feel that way. If somebody is sad, they feel sad. Like, you can't help that. They're happy, they're happy. They love you, they love you. I can't kind of take that away from you. Now, on my end, it could still be a little weird or seem a little too quick, but I can't stop you from feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? And he felt that way. I didn't say it back, but okay, it is what it is. We're still talking, still getting to know each other. He's letting me know like where he works, when he said that he told me that he worked as a manager at like a high-end restaurant in his city. So let's get into that. For his city, he lived like an hour and a half, 2 hours from me. But at that time, I didn't have a license, nor did I have a car, of course. And I was scared to drive. So what more than likely would happen is, if we did hang out, I would have to ask my cousin Tweety from my last video. I would have to ask my cousin Tweety, hey, can you help me out? Can we drive, 2 hours, hang out for the day, and then leave? Not like she would have been with us, but just like, for a ride. Can you help me out for a ride? I probably would have to do that. And I'm also now thinking, I'm trying to figure out if this is before, after, or during the whole last video of the guy that upped the blicky on us, if he was staying with us. I want to say like the end. It had to be the end for us to go on that trip. Not trying to be rude, we wouldn't have left them in the house by themselves without anybody initially that, in the house stayed. So I think this had to have been after, very short, quickly after. It had to have been. Yes, I would have to ask Tweety if she would give me a ride, because I didn't have a car. I was scared to drive. And he was only an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So it wouldn't have been anything. It would have been no problem. But again, he said that he worked as a manager in a high-end restaurant. Never told me, another flag, he never told me what restaurant it was, but he did say that he was the manager there. So there are times to where he couldn't contact me because he was busy. Again, I was working at the movie theaters that time. He is a manager at a restaurant. Again, insecurities kind of felt in, because I'm like, you're doing a whole lot better than me. Why are you trying to talk to me? I'm not in your tax bracket. I'm not there. But that's what happened. As time is going by, he kind of just disappears on me. Like, we're talking all the time, and then it just cuts. He just disappears and just boom, disappears on me. And that wasn't like him, because even though we were just talking, we were talking all the time. As soon as we got up throughout the day, we're calling on each other on the phone. He did not have FaceTime because he was an Android lover. So, and all this stuff I'm saying now, it comes in like to part afterwards. So please pay attention that it comes into part. But he was an Android lover. He did not have FaceTime. He didn't do iPhone, which I could understand, because at that time, my best friend at the time, she had Android. She was straight Android lover. She didn't have social media, neither did he. So this stuff for people now, they'll be like red flag, because who doesn't have social media? But back then in 2017, you still found some people that was like, I'm not a social media person. Like, I just don't have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't have, Facebook and everything like that. And then again, he did tell me that he had a child, and I was thinking that I felt like, in a way, this is me, but I felt like he didn't have social media because he was hiding from his baby mama. Like, I felt like if he did, she would be under his social media all the time, saying mean things, watching what he was doing, things of that nature. So I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. You're not a social media person because of your baby mama. You don't have FaceTime because you don't have an Android, because you're Android over iPhone. Like, it didn't compute to me that these are red flags. There was giving Six Flags. I thought, honey, we were having fun. Okay, it's giving parade. So I didn't really think too much of it. So again, he kind of goes ghost on me, and I'm thinking it's because he's working so much. He's very busy, can't get through to him. But days pass, and more days pass, and I'm like, okay, you're not texting me, you're not hitting me up, you're not doing nothing. I'm messaging you, and you're not messaging me back. I am very confused. And by that time, looking at my notes, it said I haven't heard from him since the 13th, and it was the 15th. So 2 days have passed, and I'm just like, okay, I'm getting a little worried. Again, we had a good connection at that time. Seems quick. I didn't love him like how he loved me, but we had a good connection. We could talk for hours about anything. It gave very much he wanted to be my man. And at that time, I was okay with it. So it's just like, okay. And even though he didn't have social media, and he wasn't on iPhone, or he didn't have iPhone, he was on Android, he would still send me pictures. So I'm just like, okay, everything's cool, but what's going on? Where's my dude? Not my man yet, but where's my dude? So days are going by, and days are going by. It says here, still no response. It's over. That was June 17th of 2017. So I'm like, okay, he ghosted me. At this point, I'm like, okay, he ghosted me. He wasted my time wanting to get to know me. It didn't go that far. Straight up just ghosted me. Doesn't want anything to do with me no more. And in a way, I was like, I was okay with it, but in a way I was okay with it. I was like, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. So he just disappeared until I got a phone call out of nowhere. So weeks have passed. I haven't heard from him since the 13th, and it says that July 6th of 2017 is when he had called again. That's almost a month. Almost a month. A month. Like, almost a month goes by, and I didn't get any contact from him. Not a text, not a call, not a smoke signal, nothing. Like, I didn't get anything from him. So I'm kind of sitting waiting. I'm not waiting too much. Like, again, I'm feeling like, okay, he kind of ghosted me. But in a little bit, I'm like, okay, then what happened? Why couldn't he just be a man and be like, this ain't gonna work? Like, what happened? Now I'm kind of on edge a little bit. Like, did something happen to him for him not to, like, talk to me? Because he was saying and sounding like he really didn't like me that much. He said that he loved me. So I'm like, what is going on? That's really weird to just drop off the face of the earth like that, until he called me. Y'all, let me tell you this lie that this man had told me. So it says, on July 6, 2017, he called me for the first time, said he was in jail for having drugs in the car that he didn't have. Y'all, so let me tell you what happened. I am chilling in my room, and I get a call, and it wasn't his number, but it was the area code. And immediately when I saw the area code, I knew. It's my dude. I just knew. So I pick up and I'm like, hello? And he's like, hey. Tell me why I started crying.
Come here. Come here. What are you upset about?
Tell me why I started crying. Why? Like, tell me why I started crying. I can't even tell y'all why I started crying, but I started crying, and I'm just like, yo, bawling. I'm bawling, and I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? What happened? I haven't heard from you. I thought something happened to you. And not even gonna lie, on the phone, he kind of seemed shocked too, as of, Bill, why are you crying? Like, we don't know each other like that. But I mean, probably he wasn't, but a little bit he sounded like, when he was like, oh, my bad. Like, oh, it's cool. Let me tell you what happened. And a little bit he was like, you ODing it a little bit. Like, why are you doing too much? Like, it's not that serious. I should have known right then and there. And I don't know what got over me for me to be worried, to be crying like this. But a little bit in him is like, yeah, it's not that serious. Calm it down. Settle down. But he's like, let me tell you what happened. So he says, oh, I was on my way. No, it's a different time. So he says, okay, I was in the car. I was about to call you, but I was in the car and I got pulled over. She had came up to the car, and immediately the officer had came to the car and she said, get out the car. Didn't ask for no license, no registration, nothing. Just immediately said, get out the car. So he is getting out the car, he says, and he sees that I'm calling him as soon as he's getting arrested. So he was like, oh, that's my girl, that's my baby that's calling me. Like, just let me tell her that I'm getting arrested. Like, that's my baby calling me. Like, don't do this, y'all. And he said that they're arresting him because he has drugs in the car. And he was like, which he always said, he was like, I don't even smoke, I don't even do drugs. Like, because it was that devil's lettuce. Okay, that tree that was saying that he had, and he was like, I don't even smoke, like, it's not in my car, my baby is calling me, like, let me just pick up the phone and just say, like, it's her, and everything, like, it's all right, I'm probably gonna get arrested, things of that nature. And he was like, they're telling me, like, I can't pick up the phone. Well, duh, like, what? Who does that? Like, be freaking for real. If you're gonna be anything else, be freaking for real. Because what is going on? Anyway, but he was like, they told me I can't pick up the phone, and they had left my car there. I had to call my homeboy to pick up my car. I couldn't even call you. Like, I was in jail for a while. Like, I really missed you. I can't believe it. I was gonna use you as my one phone call, but unfortunately, like, no, he's like, I was gonna use you as my one phone call. And in my head, I'm thinking, how do you know my number already? By heart. How do you know my number already by heart? Be freaking for real. So he was like, I was gonna call you and using you as my one phone call, but they didn't even allow me to get my one phone call. So yeah, I was in jail and everything, and I'm over here like,
Buck 12, like, ta-ta-ta, Buck 12. They just want to see a black man doing bad. Like, I can't believe they did that to you. Like, they could have just let you pick up the phone call and tell me that you was going to be okay. I can't believe that. Like, how long were you in there? Oh my gosh, I'm so good.
y'all, I believed him. I believed him. Like, I really believed him. So serious. I believed him wholeheartedly that he got arrested. Till this day, I really don't know what happened. I feel like nothing happened and he just ghosted me to ghost me. Till this day, I don't know what the real situation was. But who's to say? Who's to say he could have gotten arrested for having tree in the car or that devil's lettuce in the car. And that's why he went to jail and he was just lying to me. Till this day, I do not know. I really do not know what really happened for him to ghost me for about almost a month. So cut to, since he's been out, we kind of fell off a little bit again. Like, we just weren't talking that much. Like I said, the last time he was MIA for about a month. So this time we weren't really talking as much on the phone or texting. It says on my phone, since he's been out, I haven't talked to him for an hour altogether. I haven't heard from him since like 8:30 last night which was like the 7th, the next day. I was like, I'm over him popping in and out of my life. For real, it needs to end. That was July 8th. And he started talking to me again July 6th. So just like 2 days had passed, and I'm like, okay, you came back, but we're not really talking. Like, what you come back for? I'm glad that you're out of jail. Like, I'm glad that you're out of jail, but, you know, you could have told me that you're fine, everything's safe, but we could have just left it at that because you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. So it's making me kind of anxious. So later that night, he had messaged me and he told me, which is still kind of suspect, he told me that his phone was out of minutes. Now, I don't know. You know, I could be wrong. But my thing is, I thought only track phones had minutes. I didn't think real Androids did. Maybe at that time, you know, a Cricket or something like that. I don't know if they do minutes. But he said that his phone had ran out of minutes. That's why he couldn't really hit me up. And it's giving very much back in 2008, maybe even before, when it was like, hey, call me at 9 when my minutes are free. You know, that's what it was kind of giving. And I legit say in my phone, it was kind of suspect. Like, it made me question a little bit. But also what I say is that he had said he wanted to marry me. Talk about moving fast. Talk about moving fast. Talk about moving fast. You have came in my life 2 weeks later, about like 2 weeks later, you said that you loved me. And then you disappear for about a month. And then you come back and 2 days later, you're saying, hey, I want to marry you one day. And what did I say? You guessed it. No, I did not say, oh my gosh, I want to marry you too. I love you. No, I did not say that. But what I did say was, give me some time. Y'all, put it into consideration. I put it in freaking consideration. Wow. I actually put it into consideration. I said, give me some time. Give me 2 years. And if everything between us is going like smooth, then I will marry you. How old was I? 2017, I just turned 20. Yeah, because I spent my 20th in Miami. So I just turned 20. So I said, give me 2 years. Swear I would have been 22, maybe 23 by that time. I said, give me 2 years. Honey, again, he said he had a child, he had a son. I was fine with being stepmommy. You know, I was thinking like, okay, at that time I could be a good stepmommy, give me some chances and everything, give him some time to get to know me, because he said that him and his baby mother at the time wasn't doing eye to eye. He said to me, because this comes back later on, he said to me that the baby mother had abandoned him. Just abandoned him and the child. Like in the time of need, his first child, I think it was her first child, he didn't know what to do, she didn't know what to do, and he just abandoned him and the child. So the mom wasn't really in the life. And not saying like, oh, that's good, but it was kind of a fact of, now I just have to worry about him and the child. There's not somebody else that I have to worry about, her coming back, having baby mama drama or something like that. I just have to worry about him, and I have to worry about the child because the mom is not in the picture. So when he was like, oh, you know, marry me, I'm like, okay, in 2 years, I'm going to be good. I will know him. We will meet. We'll be all cool. Because at this time, of course, we have not met each other yet. So it's just like, okay, we'll be cool. All will be fine. And then I'll just be a good stepmama to this little boy who was like, I think 3 or 4 at the time. Perfect. Right. No. Okay. So again, I tell him, give me 2 years when everything is stable. We're on good, you know, terms and everything. Everybody's happy. We have met. Just give me 2 years. And he was like, okay, I respect that. Now, here comes the red flags. They start coming. I mean, they were already before, but now they're starting to come back to back. And I'm starting to think, you're lying to me. I don't know exactly about what, but for some reason, you're lying to me. So one of the first big lie, the first big lie that he did tell me was so stupid. And I caught him in the lie as well. How far I had went to catch him in this lie. You know, from the beginning, he said that he had worked as a manager at a restaurant. Well, again, we're starting to talk to each other more and more, and I'm starting to get to know his friends from what he's telling me. And he said that one of his friends had owned a club. He said that his friend had asked him, hey, can you be like, not exact, what is it? Co-own. If you could co-own this club with me. And he was like, it's a good money opportunity and everybody knows me in the city. I rarely know you, but everybody knows me in the city, so it's going to be good money, things of that nature. So I'm just like, it was random, but it wasn't in the sense too. It was random because he had just told me about it, like, oh, my friend, he has a club and, he's looking for people to co-own. He's thinking about me. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, make that extra money, honey, like a purr. But then out of nowhere, it seemed like a couple of weeks later, he was like, I'm a co-owner. We're about to have a concert at the club. And I'm just like, huh? So this had happened again, like the 8th. We were talking again. We were good. This is like the 21st. It legit says July 21st, 2017. Let me tell you what it says. Let me tell you what happened first before I tell you what it said. So he's telling me that, okay, I'm going to have somebody. We're going to have a concert at this club. It's going to be great, things of that nature. I was like, okay, where are you promoting it? Like, how are people going to know if you don't have Instagram? How are people going to know that is going on? And he's like, oh, it is on Instagram under, what are we going to name his friend? I can't remember what I named the other one. We're just going to name him Jack right now because I don't want to look on my laptop. So he was like, oh, Jack, since he's the owner, it's going to be fine. He's going to be doing everything. So I'm like, okay. And at that time, I'm on social media. I really don't have Instagram now. I do, but I don't use it. So I was like, okay, I'm on IG. I'm on social media. So I'm like, well, what's the club's name? And he tells me the name, and I'm just like looking it up, and I'm not seeing any flyers. I'm not seeing any flyers for this club. But I did catch a flyer with her on it for a club. Not his name of the club, but for a club. So, I was like, okay. And the person that he was telling me that was supposed to be performing or doing the concert was Tokyo Jets. Now, at that time in 2017, I think she was just like a local rapper. She wasn't as big. I don't think she had a song with Plies yet. So I did not know who she was. And she was still a small rapper at that time. And I think she only did it like in her hometown, really, which was like Jacksonville. So I'm just like, okay, I see the flyer, but I don't see the name of your club, but she's doing a flyer. So I'm just like, it's not really making sense. So I'm asking him, like, okay, what day is it going to be? How much are freaking tickets? Like, what's the capacity limit? Like, where is your club at? What's the name of your club? Like, things of that nature. Like, I'm asking questions to be like, why don't I see this? If this is going to be a big concert that she is doing for y'all club that y'all are kind of just opening, why can I not see it though? Like, how are y'all going to get y'all money? How are y'all going to get the publicity? How are people going to come if nobody even knows what's going on? And even though she had a great big following, she didn't even have it on her social media. So I'm just like, how is she going to tell the people to come in and spend the monies so she could get the monies if she ain't letting nobody know that she's going to be at the place so she could get her monies? The math ain't mathing, like it's not equaling up. So, do I still have the picture on here? Perfect. I still have it, I still have it. I'm going to put it on the screen, but I still have it. I messaged Tokyo Jets on Snapchat. Listen, that's how far I had went trying to figure out if he was lying to me or telling the truth. I went and I Snapchatted the celebrity trying to figure out. And it legit says, as you can see on the screen, I had asked her, like, hey, are you going to this club at this time and everything? As you can see, I took a picture from here. So I was like, hey, are you going to be at the club at this time, at this club? And she was like, I won't be there until August 3rd. I had asked her July 21st, 2017. She said that she won't be in the city until August 8th. I was like, oh, so you're not doing a show? He called it the Rings Club. That's what it was called, the Rings Club tonight. And she said no. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I got the wrong information from a friend because I was trying to act like a friend had told me it. We were so excited to see her. No tea, no shade to you, honey. I was just trying to get the bottom of it with my man's supposed to be my man's my guy at this point. She was like, it's okay. She was real sweet with it. And I was surprised that she even messaged me back. But again, she was an upcoming rapper at that time. So I guess it was more intimate because she wasn't as big yet. So I did message her and I was like, hey, what's tea? Are you going to be at it? Because I don't see no flyer and everything like that. She never said at that club. She just said that she was going to be in that city. Never said that she was going to be at that club. So you lie. You lie. You lie. Why are you lying? Like, why are you lying to me? It doesn't, why? Like, you didn't think I was going to be Carmen Sandiego and do this research, but I did. And you lied. Interesting. Very interesting. So I had said in my notes, he told me that a girl named Tokyo was supposed to be performing at his club tonight. I Snapchatted her and she didn't know what I was talking about. He says he can understand why. That I don't understand. You say you can understand why she doesn't know about your club, but you're supposed to be paying her. You're co-owning. You're supposed to be paying her, but she doesn't know where she's supposed to be at, and you say you understand? Okay. So he said he says he can understand why I don't believe him, but he loves me and is telling the truth. I don't know what to think. I have all the facts there to tell me that he's wrong, but a part of me still wants to stay. I don't know what to do, so I told him I need time to think and that I'll call him, so hopefully he won't call me. I need a day or two. So times like that, we were good for going on breaks, or at least me. I was good for like, I need a break, I need a break, I need a break, I need a break. Throughout the whole relationship, there's so many times when I was like, I need a break, I need a break. We're not together, I need a break. Because he was lying so much and I was doubting myself. And it's like, honey, you are smarter than this. All the facts is smack dab in your face and you're still like, but there's a possibility. What was it? Summer Walker said, I want to go through your phone, but what if I'm wrong? That's the thing. Like, I'm telling you all this stuff, but it's like, what if in the end I was still wrong? Like, of course, all the evidence, but it's like, what if? Like, what if you were still wrong? And at that time, we still haven't seen each other. Y'all, it's dark outside now. Hours have passed, and my phone had ran out of storage, so I had to delete some stuff, so I'm trying to make this quick. But 2 months have passed, and we still haven't seen each other. That is what has been insane. That has been crazy. And another lie that he tells is about to come up when that happens, when he's supposed to see me for the first time. But I have to stop it here. I'm actually finished editing this video. I'm just going to add this up. I just had to do a closing. So I will talk to y'all later. Please like this video and I will do this next part for you all so you can see all the tea. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, become part of the family. And I'll talk to y'all later. Love you, mean it. Bye.